Electricity. First, we are going to introduce what is frictional electricity. So, when a glass rod is rubbed with silk or an ebonite rod is rubbed with any other material such as flannel, these acquire a power to attract light bodies such as small pieces of paper. You can also do it by taking a piece of paper and in scale and rub it so it will start attracting the pieces of paper. Next, the agency which gives this attracting power is called electricity. The bodies which acquire this power are said to be electrified or charged. The electricity produced by friction is called frictional electricity. If the charges in a body do not move, then the frictional electricity is also known as static electricity. The branch of physics which deals with static electricity is called electrostatics. Now, the important fact, during rubbing, the charges are developed on the bodies due to transfer of electrons from one body to another. Now, it has been observed by experimentation that when substances, you can see the column, listed in the column 1 are rubbed with substances listed in column 2, they acquire positive charge, while substances listed in column 2 acquire negative charges. Any two charged objects in the same column repel each other. Two charged objects from different columns attract each other. If two bodies from the following list are rubbed, then the body appearing early in the list is positively charged, whereas the later is negatively charged. Now, historical development. According to that, the ancient Greeks also knew that rocks, lodestone or magnetite iron ore from the island of Magnesia in Asia Minor could attract small pieces of iron. The ancient Chinese observed that if thin long pieces of certain natural iron ores were suspended horizontally and freely with a string, they would orient themselves roughly in a north-south direction. So, he introduced the name electricia for substances like amber, which when rubbed with suitable materials attracted light bodies. He also stated in his book that in all experiments on frictional electricity, two kinds of electricities are produced. The two kinds of electricities were named as resinous and vitreous. The kind of electricity developed on amber when it is rubbed with wool was called resinous, probably because amber is a resin. The type of electricity developed on wool was called vitreous. Now, the explanation of frictional electricity in terms of electron transfer. When a glass rod is rubbed with silk cloth, some of the electrons are torn off from the atoms or molecules in the glass due to mechanical friction. This is because the electrons are held less tightly in glass than in silk. The torn off electrons are transferred to the silk. The excess of electrons on the silk appear as net negative charge on the silk, while the deficit of electrons in the glass rod makes the glass rod positive by an equal amount. Pith ball pendulum. An electroscope is a simple instrument used to detect the presence of electric charge on a body. Pith pendulum can be shown in the figure, is the simplest type of electroscope. It consists of a light ball made of wood pith and coated with aluminium. It is suspended by a silk thread. The fact that like charges repel each other and suppose Two pith balls are suspended near each other by fine silk threads. At first, they will attract it to an electrified rubber rod and will cling to it. But a moment later, they will be repelled by the rubber and will also repel each other. If the same experiment is performed with a glass rod that has been rubbed with silk, we will have the same result. On the other hand, a pith ball that has been in contact with electrified rubber, when placed near one that has been in contact with electrified glass, is found to be attracted.